Hi, my name is Dominic Martin,
Hello, I'm Nicola.
Hi everyone, my name is Alex.
and welcome to
Before you say I do.
Before you say I do.
Before You Say I Do.
Good day, everyone, and welcome back. Welcome back to another session of Before You Say I Do. I am, of course, very excited, super excited. You guys, we started off on a great foot. This page is wonderful. They've laid a solid foundation for this topic Before You Say I Do. And I just want to remind you that, yes, not yesterday, last week, we covered a very interesting topic. We spoke about have I dealt with my past baggage, and we raised some really great points. We spoke about being singularly whole, dealing with past traumas or baggage. We spoke about seeking healing for yourself before entering into a relationship, and we spoke about seeking healing or counseling or from a pastor, from a friend, a professional. We spoke about an individual being whole would attract another individual that's whole. So a whole individual will attract a whole individual. We spoke about being in a relationship will not heal you, but rather it will lead you. Let me just read that again. Being in a relationship will not heal you, but rather would lead you to a maladaptive attachment. That was Pastor Martin's term, or could lead you to being taken advantage of. And lastly, we spoke about it's okay to leave a relationship if you recognize you have not dealt with your past baggage. So these were some of the main topics that we covered. At least those are the points that I jotted down from it. If you got something else, of course, feel free to put that in the comment section. Today, we are talking about am I in a place ready for a relationship? Y'all, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know where these guys are going with this. I don't know what angle they're gonna take. I don't know what information they're gonna give you, but I am ready to soak it in. I am ready. So we're gonna start off today, and we're gonna start off with Alex. What are we talking about when we say, am I in a place ready for a relationship? Do I have to travel? Do I have to go to the US to get my guy? What are you telling me? Do I need to move? Am I in a place ready for a relationship? Are we speaking about a physical place or are we speaking about something else? Let's hear from you, Alex. Your mic is muted.
Good evening everyone. After you have dealt with your past trauma, right? You definitely want to be in a position where um your level of maturity is one of the things that you would have to look into. How mature are you? How ready are you to deal with certain situations life would throw at you? Financially, are you ready? Are you at the place or at the point where um if you're a guy looking for a wife, are you able to provide for your family, your wife, even in the event that you have a child? Are you financially ready to provide, financially capable to provide for your family? You wouldn't want to get married and then along the way you wouldn't be able to take care of your wife or even yourself. So that wouldn't work out at all. It would put too much stress on the relationship, and the relationship in itself would not work. For now, that's all I could think of. If anything else comes up to my mind, I will
I
let you know.
definitely love the angle you're going with this, Alex. You have me thinking really deeply. Am I in a place? Maybe I should move after all. Pastor Martin, let's hear you.
Nice. I really like the angle which Alex took, so I want to add to it. And I want to put it in this category, what I like to call the eco-socio-spiritual. So am I in an eco-socio-spiritual, right, place to get involved in a relationship? So economically, as Alex stated, um, both the man and the woman, are we financially in a place where we could now do life together and build a life together? Um, Quoting one pastor by the name of Pastor King, he said that marriage should basically boost your economics. Marriage should boost your economics. Knowing that finances is one of the main grounds or causes statistics have shown for divorce, it's important that you sort out your finances before stepping into a relationship. Socially, in terms of your career path, in terms of various experiences, in terms of your education, have you fulfilled these obligations before wanting to step into a relationship? Do you have these things set up? Why am I saying this? Because we must also look at it in the spiritual sense. These are the things that lengthen your relationship, that that basically delays you reaching to the altar, to the wedding stage of the relationship or the marriage stage, which for us as believers, you really don't want to lengthen the relationship too much to give way to certain things that might want to happen outside of the marriage. So Solomon would have said, listen, don't awaken love before it's time. And I'm saying, if in terms of your social and economic domains in your life, you're not ready, you see that you're not ready for a relationship, you should not put yourself in that place to give way to situationships that may be able to fall. Also, I want to put this in there as well. Mentally, are you ready for a relationship? And when I say that, are you ready to commit to someone? Are you willing to amalgamate personalities? Are you willing to compromise on certain things? Are you willing to have patience? Are you willing to do this for a lifetime? Right? All these are important questions that one person might ask themselves. Not just the honeymoon stage of a relationship where we go out and we have a good time, but are you ready to commit to the everyday mundane aspect of the relationship where there is no Facebook stat for it or a caption that speaks to it?
Wow, you guys are going really, really deep with this one. You guys are covering all the bases. But I like to keep it real. I like to be real. I like to be one of those people who speak about real life experiences, y'all. Okay, here I am. I'm dating a great guy. Yeah, I spoke about him last week. Now you told me to leave him, but I decided to give him a chance. You know, there is potential there. And he is this wonderful guy. But then we're in a place where he doesn't have a steady job. He works when he gets work. He's not steady. So if we're moving past this, the plan is we're going to rent, and well, food will probably be on me, and when he's working he's gonna chip in and whatnot. I want to finish off my degree at the same time, because we just met at a place when I was missing 1 year or maybe 2 years to finish off my degree. We're at that place, y'all. The relationship is okay. We have like normal relationship issues, but the relationship is okay. We're planning on getting married. Before you say I do, what do you need to tell me at this point? I love this guy, y'all. He's a good guy. What are y'all telling me to do at this point in my relationship? Let's hear. We're gonna start with you, Alex, and then we're gonna go to Pastor Matthew.
I definitely feel like for me at that point you should not even really be looking in from a spiritual standpoint. At that point you should not even really be in a relationship, because at that point you should really be courting, because you're still trying to figure yourself out. You're still trying to understand what you really want from life in itself. So what's the rush? You have your whole life, your lifetime to figure it out. What's the rush? Why are you rushing into marriage? There's no need to rush. You need to, I believe you should at least just take some time out, figure yourself out. Cause to me, you're not even done with what you want to do as a single person. So what makes you believe that when you rush into marriage, your husband will not say, well, you know what? I've decided that you shouldn't go back to school, or you should end school now. What will you do now? You'll feel upset. You'll feel like, why now he's saying that? But then it's really and truly think of it. You being single, you being yourself singularly whole, as Pastor Martin said, is basically to find yourself, enjoy your life. When you married, then you've enjoyed your life. You know what life as one is. So then you could move into marriage, but you have not gotten the singleness done. You've not gotten that out of the way. So why would you want to rush into marriage? I think you just need to stay caught, get to know your person, and then along the way, maybe in the future, you could visit the marriage idea. But for now, it's a no for me.
You guys are being so hard on me, so hard. But I want to add a twist on it. I want to make it a little more spicier. So this is me. I am in my late 30s, right? This is obviously a scenario. I am not in my late 30s. I'm in my late 30s, you guys. My biological clock is ticking. But yes, I'm one of those people. I'm just adding to the previous scenario. I'm one of those people who I'm not getting the opportunity to finish school. But yes, I've met this guy. And we at that point, the same scenario, but I am counting my biological clock in. What are you telling me? What are you telling me? Pastor Martin.
So first, Nicola, let me address it from the standpoint outside of your scenario first, because I don't want persons to believe that you can't build together with someone, right? You could build together with someone. So based on the scenario that you're talking about, all things being equal, I would recommend that you and the individual set realistic goals together. So you all are already in the relationship, because we're being real with it. So you're already in the relationship. It's just that, listen, we have to work out certain things in our lives. And some of our viewers may be in that situation. It's important to set realistic goals for each other, that you all have target plans, and this is what we're going to do moving forward. What that is going to do, it is going to decipher whether or not both parties are serious or not, or whether one person is basically just telling you what you need to hear, right? Because ambition is important. It doesn't matter what you choose to do as a career path, because sometimes persons just look at the occupation of the person and believe that speaks to the character of the person. But whatever your occupation is, ambition is important. So the advice I'll give there is ensure that you all set realistic goals, make sure that your goals are attainable, and then hold each other accountable to those goals. That's how you could decipher whether this relationship is going somewhere or not. Now you throw in the added scenario there with this person in their 30s and stuff, and their biological clock is ticking. For me, I can't speak to it, because I know sometimes our sisters tend to grasp on that, right? But it should not be, that should not be a factor in rushing into something, as Alex stated. It should not be a factor, because based on that urgency, or based on that anxiety to find yourself a spouse before this specific time, your judgment could be clouded, right? So even if your biological clock is ticking, I would say trust the process.
Can I say something with what Nicola added? She said the biological clock would be ticking. It could there are so many other options. There's IVF, there's that option where you could have somebody else carry your child, because you could freeze the eggs. There are so many other options. You don't have to carry the child on your own. There are so many options out there for us women. So there's no need to use that as an excuse as to why you would like to rush into marriage. And I strongly believe, when it comes to go into what I said earlier on, I strongly believe the courting process. I strongly believe the courting process is definitely necessary, because what you find in relationships now is that for when it comes to courting, we believe that courting is having, well, some of us believe that courting is having sexual intercourse with somebody. Just in having sexual intercourse before marriage, it kind of clouds your judgment as to what exactly you might want in life. So I see it's very important for whether you're a believer or non-believer, it's very important to court. You never know. You might think, well, you really love Hershey's, but really and truly, you loved Cadbury. You never tasted Cadbury before. So it's very important to what is definitely important that you just might go into the relationship having your mindset stuck on one thing, and just because you were younger and you were not naive, you were naive, that you now grow into something else. You want to be something more. I just in my earlier years, I wanted to be a surgeon. And now that I've grown up to be an adult, I want to be something else. So if I got married within those years, my husband would be like, okay, she wants to be a surgeon. And wish I changed direction on him. What if he did not agree to what he does not agree to what I want to be now? That's not the type of wife he wanted. And now we're married, we have children and whatever. And now I want to be the lady working in the garbage. That's what I really want now. And before I wanted to be a surgeon, and he agreed to me being a wife that's a surgeon. So I cannot stress enough how important it is to court. Just court, get to know somebody, the person, be friends, know the in and out of the person. It's just so important to get to know the person. Just the courting could take 20 years. Let's go with it. Do the courting. It's important. The courting is really important. Like
Alex
I told
passionate about this one, Nicola. I'm seeing it. She's passionate right here.
yes, like I told Nicola, we could
Thank
freeze
you.
the eggs. We could freeze the eggs and
Thank
hold
you, Alex. I think I'm going to cut you short because we need to cut off this video and we need to keep it short and spicy. But thank you. I can see how passionate you are about that. 20 years of courting. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm about that life, but that's some great advice right there. Some great advice. Yo, we're gonna keep this video short. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your valid inputs. Your information has been really priceless. Let me see if I could just quickly sum this up, and then we're gonna cut this video, bring this video to an end. So we spoke about the whole question we're covering today is, am I in a place ready for a relationship? And definitely, I think moving would be easier than all these things that we have to deal with. And we spoke about being much mentally ready, and Alex spoke about maturity, being in that place in your mind where you're ready to deal with the day-to-day activities and all of that as it pertains to a relationship. Pastor Dominic, he gave us a whole term like he usually does. Eco, socio, and spiritual, in that place where are you ready for that? Are you economically ready? Are you socially ready in terms of have you done your education, your schooling, and all of that? Have you taken care of that? Are you spiritually ready for a relationship? Also, he spoke about not awakening love before it's time, and I found that was a really good contribution, because sometimes when we rush into a relationship, we find ourselves, especially as believers, we could put ourselves in a place where we could sin because it's before it's time. Alex really stressed on courting before we go in, whilst we're in a relationship, and that's courting without sex, people. Courting does not include sex. So she's not saying you should have sex and try it out. No, she's saying get to know the individual and don't rush it. I also throw in that twist, and I spoke about the age, and then they said that if you're going to go into a relationship because of your age or biological clock, then you're going in with a clouded judgment, and we definitely don't want to do that. Again, being singularly whole came up, and then you have to be singularly whole, deal with all of your stuff before you enter a relationship, because that again will keep popping up and it will cause a problem for your relationship. I'm sure they covered a lot more, but I think these are the main points that I want you to go home with, to really take home and to think about. So thank you so much. Do you have any closing words? And please keep it down to 30 seconds so we could cut this video, bring this video to an end. Any closing words from you, Pastor Martin?
Yeah, just to reinforce, don't awaken love before it's time, and allow yourself, based on everything we said tonight, we're seeing where you must allow yourself to fully develop and mature so you will know what are you willing to do for a lifetime.
Thank you, Alex.
I would just stick to remember to quote. Simple.
Yeah, you all heard it. Remember to cut. Don't skip that process, y'all. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Pastor Martin. We're going to end this video right now. And to the viewers, thank you so much for looking at this video. Please don't forget to do the good stuff. Like, subscribe, share the link, tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. We are giving you some really great information, and it is free. So yeah, like, subscribe, and all that great stuff. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.